1896, an African army defeated a European empire and changed history. This is the story of how Ethiopia's warriors, led by the wise and fearless Emperor Menelik II, faced an army they were told they could never beat. The Italians came with guns, cannons, and confidence, believing victory was theirs. But the Ethiopian soldiers had something far stronger: courage, unity, and an unbreakable love for their homeland. From the dusty plains to the towering hills of Adwa, the battle that would shake the world was about to begin. A battle of strategy, bravery, and sheer determination that would forever mark Ethiopia as a symbol of resistance. Italy, like other European powers of the time, was hungry for colonies. They thought Ethiopia, a proud kingdom in the Horn of Africa, would fall easily. But they had underestimated the land, the people, and the leadership of Menelik II. Menelik was no ordinary king. He had vision, intelligence, and a deep understanding of both diplomacy and war. He had spent years preparing for the day Italy would try to invade. As word of the Italian advance spread, Menelik called on every corner of his kingdom. From the mountains to the plains, warriors answered his call. They were farmers, hunters, blacksmiths, ordinary people ready to defend their homes. They came armed with spears, swords, and rifles, and guided by a shared purpose: to protect their freedom. The Italians, confident in their modern weapons and European military tactics, marched into Ethiopian territory. They assumed the Ethiopians would scatter before them, that victory was inevitable. But the Ethiopian army moved with precision, knowledge of every hill and river giving them a critical advantage. Menelik's generals had mapped the land, planned ambushes, and coordinated movements to surround the invaders. On March 1st, 1896, the armies met near the town of Adwa. The sun rose over the mountains, casting a golden glow over the battlefield. The Ethiopian army, positioned on high ground and moving swiftly, struck the Italians with a ferocity they could not anticipate. Horsemen thundered across the fields, warriors shouted war cries, and the sound of rifles cracked through the air. Chaos erupted in the Italian ranks. Despite their modern guns and cannons, the Italians could not hold the ground. Ethiopian soldiers fought with unmatched determination. They used their knowledge of the terrain, their numbers, and their unity to their advantage. Menelik's strategies were brilliant, anticipating enemy movements and cutting off escape routes. Every soldier knew that the freedom of their people, their families, and their kingdom depended on them. By the end of the day, Italy was defeated. Thousands of Italian soldiers were killed or captured, and the Ethiopian army stood victorious, unbroken, and proud. News of this incredible triumph spread across the globe. For the first time, an African nation had defeated a European power in battle. It was more than a military victory. It was a symbol of resilience, courage, and the unyielding spirit of a people who refused to be conquered. The Battle of Adwa inspired hope far beyond Ethiopia. It became a rallying point for African freedom movements, proof that colonizers were not invincible, and that unity, courage, and strategy could turn the tide against overwhelming odds. Menelik II had not only defended his land, but had made history. Ethiopia remained free, and its story became a beacon for generations to come. The warriors of Adwa had shown the world that no empire, no matter how powerful, could take a people's freedom if they were willing to fight for it with everything they had. Their bravery, strategy, and love for their homeland would be remembered forever. And this victory, won through courage and wisdom, reminds us today that history is not just written by the powerful. It is shaped by those who dare to defend what they hold dear. If you want to discover the personal stories of the heroes who fought that day, the clever strategies that outsmarted a European army, and the untold moments of courage on the battlefield, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The story of Adwa doesn't end here. The full journey of Ethiopia's defiance and triumph is waiting to be explored.